Hello Pisces, and welcome to your April 2021 video. It's very important to be aware that in April 1, there are all the planets forward, and only on the 28th of April will Pluto be in retrograde. But all the planets are pushing for us to move forward. Now, what is also very important is a Saturn square Uranus. Saturn is our structure, and this is also in your 12th house because Saturn's in Aquarius. And Uranus is in Taurus in your 3rd house. So basically, our structure, day-to-day life, what do we need to do? You might be finding yourself stuck on how to move forward, how to get things going, how to basically get out of stagnant energy. You know, Saturn is everything structured. So if you think structured, it's not movable. But there comes Uranus, which is basically about change, rebellion, and freedom. Things are going to get shaken up. Even if it's a structure, it needs to move so we can get the ball rolling, so we can get our ideas moving forward, especially in the 3rd house. Because the 3rd house is about communication and networking and listening to those brilliant ideas. Uranus is the planet of genius, of experimenting, of just trying something new, of a way of marketing or branding yourself and getting yourself out there. Getting that word of mouth, that communication, speaking to the right people, connecting to the right people. So even though Saturn is really structured and responsible in our day-to-day routine and what we need to do, Uranus wants to bring in that freedom, that adventure, that new energy, that change, allow for that. And because it's a square, we need to find balance between structure and our own freedom. On the 4th, we have Mercury in your 2nd house with the Sun and Venus. And on the 12th, we have a new moon, also in that 2nd house. This is a good time for finance and money and looking at your talents. Venus, money, resources, talents. Think of your creative ideas. What do you want to do to put yourself out there? Do you want to create a course, sign up for a course, basically to boost your income? Things you can do to boost your income. Also, you'll be looking for relationships that support you, support your goals, support your ideas. Support is important. Emotional support is what flourishes us, and people that we feel that support us to have around us so we can grow and prosper. So this is that energy of the 2nd house. Support, self-worth, resources, our creative talents, putting it out there so that we can basically feel worthy of the abundance we want to create in our lives, the financial income we want to create in our lives. The new moon, having new ideas about money, or even getting in some new money or extra money. That's that energy, Pisces. On the 15th, we have Venus in the 3rd house, and on the 20th, with the Sun and Mercury together, also in your 3rd house. 3rd house, communication. Remember too, Uranus is also there, right? So all this energy in the 3rd house is about communication, networking, marketing, learning, writing a course, signing up someone for a course, getting everything out there, letting this information come out of you, share information, learn information, write something, feel inspired, talk to people. Sometimes you could talk to someone and they might have a pearl of wisdom and you'll be like, that's a brilliant idea. That helps me so much with what I've been planning. Thank you for that. That's how inspiration happens. It happens at the most random moment when you're having a conversation with someone and you just automatically think of something. Mercury rules thoughts, and it's in that 3rd house of energy of what we think, what we speak, using our mind, using our voice to basically create what we want. On the 24th, we have Mars in the 5th house. This is interesting. Mars in the 5th house, romance, wanting to feel love and feel freedom and look at that beautiful sunset. The 5th house can also be about children, where you might find yourself surrounded by children or with children, or having to look at your inner child. What makes you feel childlike? Because that's what that 5th house really craves. That childlike wonder, that childlike adventure, and Mars wants you to take action. Have you been too serious? Have you been pushing too hard and writing and communicating that now just wants to be like, let's just have some fun here. Let me go on an adventure. That's that 5th house. Also creative ideas. Funnily enough, the 5th house can also be about work in a sense. Not actual work, but where you have creative ideas to help you with what you're trying to do when it comes to your career and the things you want to create. Fifth house is very good for romance. So love, connecting to people that you love, either reigniting love or meeting a new person. Either way, it's very good for romance and taking action, especially Mars. Mars has that sexual energy. So in the fifth house, things can get very heated there and wanting to have that connection. So on the 27th, we have a full moon. The full moon will be happening in your ninth house. Full moon is all about releasing. In the ninth house, it's all about awakening to your spiritual understanding. And also during this full moon, you might want to take some time away, a trip away. You might want to, go for a drive or go out or go on a trip where you can basically make a plan for a holiday, something like that. Because the ninth house wants that freedom too. It wants that break from the everyday routine. Remember how this is so important, and I keep talking about how to take a break, because breaks mean we can break away from our routine. Because sometimes when we stay with the routine, we just get boggled down, stuck in a rut, and continue on, and it just becomes boring. That's why change is good. That is why taking trips, taking a time away is so good. Going on an adventure, reading something, learning something. Higher mind is also the ninth house. When we do that, we inspire ourselves, because we might just come back with fresh eyes, an awakened mind, and we can really open our hearts to really see now what we can do. So the ninth house wants you to have that adventure. Ninth house is also do with higher learning. Our higher mind is where all the information you've been learning, you can add into practical experience and actually get to practice it. It's very good for spiritual aspects, spiritual teaching. That's what it is, the spiritual teacher, learning something, learning deeper understandings, changing your belief system about yourself and the world around us. We can change our belief systems every day by just gaining a different perspective and having an awakening to a whole different experience. And that's that thing about the ninth house. It wants a different experience, because it's when we try new things and do different things, can we truly experience life. And do we truly feel alive? Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe.